Good afternoon and welcome back to Crafting Hearts with Cheryl. I know it's been a while since I'd last done a video, but I've had a lot of cards to make and I've got a wee bit of free chance this now. Now with us being journal makers, you know we get a lot of scraps. So today we're going to be doing some things with scraps. You can do all different kind of things. I've got other size of bits of paper in here as well so that we can do other things. But it's a good idea to make wee things, because it's the wee things that hold you up when you're making a journal. So see things like your topper for your tag. Like, yeah, you can get punches that will punch them out, but you can also make them just doing them by yourself. And I'm going to show you with this bit. It's a lovely colour book of paper, and I'm actually going to turn it that way because then you see the true effect. But I'm just going to glue this down. Because it'll work better when it's all glued down. And I'll just keep that kind of open just now. The colour of some of the older books that you can get a hold of, the pages, the page ends are absolutely beautiful. So we've got that one there, I'm letting that dry. We've got bits of coloured paper in here that we can use to do things. Now see a bit like this, let me see. Yeah, you can get two good sizes out of that one, so I'll just glue this one together as well. But I'll do this one straight away. And you can do them just by cutting them straight, or if you want to, give them a wee bit of a decorative edge. So I'm just going to glue this one together. Now you can see in this wee tub here, I've got bits of fabric scraps I can make tag toppers out, and I've got some lace as well. But you can use these bits for other things that we can do with our scraps. This one I will do. This one I would say you would just get one out of. But what you could do is, if you've got some fancy edge scissors to give it a nice finish, is just cut it across, and there you've got your first tab topper. And you can ink these. I've kind of got it glued together now. Where's my knife? There we go. Just try and separate this again. It's just doing this because it's wet and now I'm all shaky. How are you all been? Or how have you all been? I was away up at my dad's in Fraserburgh, but we stayed in a campsite in Peterhead and then just visited, so it was good to get to see them. So cause this is a bigger bit, you might just want your tab to be a wee bit smaller. So again, I'm going to just use fancy scissors. Or if you don't have fancy scissors, you can just line it up and just cut it straight. And let's see, we might get another two out of this. And I'm just going to go above this one. So that's as we've got another one, and then we've got our last one. But you just want to maybe just cut that along the bottom. I know it doesn't match the same, but I mean, all you do is when you've got your journal, when you've got your tag, for instance, you can use that to make like your tab topper. You can put it down, and as I say, you could ink or paint these, or you could stamp on them. And let me see, I've got some bigger bits, like for instance this bit, right, it's glued together, but this would be good to do as bases for clusters. So I'm just going to cut them down. And I'll maybe just take that to there, and then whatever I've got left, just fold it, get it to line up as best as you can, and then just fold. But these are quite good for if you're doing clusters. I'll just show you some examples, because we've got different kind of bits of paper in here. So I'd probably start with maybe a wee bit of, like, it's a Russian dictionary page. I know we don't particularly like that country at the moment. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to make these a wee bit smaller, because they're quite wide. So these are better. So normally on your clusters you would put like 4 or 5 different bits of paper. I'll do a wee bit of music paper. Leave that there. Maybe want to put a wee bit longer bit on. Now you can cut these down once you've got them all made, but in the middle I've got 4 here, and I'm just going to use my Tim Holtz tiny stapler, and I'm going to staple that in the middle. And I've got a wee word here that I got when I was doing stuff earlier on, so I'm just going to make it a wee bit smaller, although I probably can't cut straight. My wee dog Sky, he's been not well again, a wee upset tummy, so it's a wee shame for the poor thing. But my horrible neighbour, I mean, most people have got lovely neighbours, and I would like to say most of mine are lovely. Well, half of them. Half of the street has went absolutely bonkers. But she likes to feed the foxes. And although there's nothing against feeding foxes, I still just don't think it's right, because if it's upsetting, if it's stressing your wee dog out, then most people, you'd be able to say to people, would you mind not doing that? But to say that to this person, So I'm just trying to get a couple of videos done before I go away from my anniversary. We're initially going over to Linlithgow first. So there's a nice wee cluster we've made using some of our scraps, and that wee word was just a word that was in one of the dictionary pages that I just, at the top of the page, I just cut out, because I thought quite liked that, a wee character. Let me just clear this needle, this wee pin. So how's the weather been for you all? Our weather's starting to improve a wee bit. Still a bit grey looking today, but it's sitting about 20-21 degrees, which is quite nice. So let's see, what else have we got in here. Well, we should have loads of different things we can use. As you can see, I've got a lot of scraps, so I'm going to do a scrap busting series, I think. Yep, there's another one. And we can fix that. Quite like a wee thick bit. Just looking to see if I've got any more wee music paper bits. As I said, I've got a lot, and what I'm actually going to do with a lot of my scraps is I'm going to make wee tab toppers, and then I've just always got them there. But see, your plain scraps, keep a hold of your plain scraps as well, because I'm going to show you something that you can do with them that's a wee bit different. Just, oh, here's a bit. Just let me tear a wee bit down. Got to love a bit of music paper, haven't we? Seems to be a saintly thing for us crafters. Right, let's see my wee coloured bits. Let's have a wee bit of pink. Let's have a wee bit of pink. So we'll take that about there. Just put that down. And I've also got a wee bit of, what do you call it again? You know what it is. It'll come back to me when I remember. My brain's terrible. So I'm going to put a wee bit of this on as well. And just get them all laid out the way you want to lay them out. As I said, bearing in mind you can cut some of the bits. Oh dear, I've just dropped it. Just give me a second. Oh. Sorry about that. I don't know if any of you have ever had problems with your sciatic nerve. I'm having a terrible time with it just now. And the week before I went up to my dad, I was actually screaming out in pain, and it was frightening my wee dog. I'm going to put that up there like that. I'm actually going to cut that wee bit at the edge off. Cheesecloth, that's what it is. I knew I would get there eventually. Oh, that's a paper. And I'm going to Tiny Tim's, I'm going to call it, stapler. I have to admit, I really like this stapler. It's tiny wee staples, but it staples really well. And again, I'm just going to use the curved scissors. And then there's just another wee nice shaped one. And then we'll do one more with this. Now your book page bits, if you've got a lot of text on them, keep them, because you'll be able to use them. Like, I'm going to do something else with these tomorrow, but I done a master board and I just used book pages, and I've cut it into journal cards, tags and belly bands, or bookmarks, and they look really good, and it's ideal for making them plain like that whenever you're doing a plain, so that when you're doing a journal you've got some things already made that you can use. I'm going to use a wee bit of this purple. It's a nice purple. A bit of music sheet in here. Again, just different papers, different colours. Now you'll know with yourself when you're finished if you can do something with that, but personally I would say no. So we just put that on there. I would like to get we'll do a wee bit of plain paper, but I just love the colour of it. It's like a light caramel. It's absolutely lovely. And then we put that in there, and then we've got that there. And once you've made a few of these clusters, what you can actually do, if you don't want your wee stapler shown, you can do as I done in the first one. You can put a word on it. You could put diamonds on it, or you could use like stickles, glitter glue, or noodle drops if you've got them. And you can just cover it up. But let's just round this one off as well, because we're quite wide with this one. Yeah, that's quite a smaller one. Now I'm making a mess here. But I just thought I would show a wee quick video with you today of some of the things that you can do with your scrap. I will be doing more things with you. I'm going to use this as a tag, but I'm going to just, that's the wrong ones, it's these ones in it. Just get that cut properly. This doesn't seem to be, now that's a bit better. I'd obviously tried to do this when it was too wet. Do you know what, I'm going to just do a fresh roll. And it's got a nice wee writing spot on it, and you can decorate it. Let's see. I'm going to put a bit of book page on it, and then when I come to use it, I've got a wee tag that's virtually decorated. I just need to put some colour on it to make it match it to the colour of the colour of your journal that you're making. I might actually put 2 bits on. Use this wee bit. No, I need something a wee bit wider. Let's use a wee bit of music paper. Let's use this bit. So yeah, I could still use some bits with that. Right, let's tear it down there. That's perfect. I'll put the book page bit down first. Get my glue stick. And then just place that down. Leave a wee bit of space at the top for your tab topper. Now what I was saying you could do with some of your plain scraps, I mean if you've watched Pam at the Paper Outpost, you will have seen what she does with plain bits. And this is what she does, and I'm just going to make sure you don't put the glue side down. But I'm just going to put some writing space down. No, probably better putting the edges to the outside. And let's see how far this one goes, but you can use your, as you can see, you can use your plain bits to decorate your, to make your writing space on the back of your tags and journal cards. When I seen Pam doing it, I thought it was an absolutely genius idea, because I mean we're all meant to be thinking about the environment just now and try and be environmentally responsible. So the more we can reuse it as best as we possibly can, the better. And one of the things that there is such big wastage with is paper, the amount of paper that gets thrown out. So I try and collect things, like one of the things that I've got that I'm going to be using, I'm going to be doing something different when I come back from my anniversary. It's my 20th wedding anniversary, so I'm going to be away for 3 weeks. So again, there'll be a wee bit of a period in between my videos, unless I can get a few more done tomorrow. But as long as you've left your outside and they've joined, well there you've got your tag, and all we need to do is you want to base it, your tag, on the size of your tag. So if you've got a big tag, then you want to put a big tab on, and that's where like you do them all different sizes. If you've got the stamps, then stamp some out using your scraps. Use your scraps as much as you possibly can. Now the only bits that I don't use now is bits that are too small, bits that I've ripped. But I try and use, I don't normally use glue stick to put my tabs down, but there you've got your writing space and you've got a wee tag already made, so I'm going to keep that separate. But that's all from me today. I just wanted to show you a couple of things of using with your leftovers bits, and we'll try and use these as much as possible over the next few weeks. But I hope to see you guys soon. Bye for now.